Mission Talk. Today, we are gonna learn what are dependencies and how we can add them project. So let us first understand what are the dependencies. So, for example, in your project, let's say you have a task to read from a file, and let's say in a file you have to read the second line, or let's say you have to find out your name. So the one way is that you write the whole thing, like how you can read from the file and then go by line. So this will take a lot of time, and every time each and every person has to do the same thing. To cut down this, in short, what we can do, we can use the existing code which has been written by some other person. So in this case, the example which we are talking, like reading from a file, so we can use a file reader and a buffer reader for that. So in this case, you can just use the existing file reader class and the buffer reader class. So by default, Java .io provide this. So that's why you need not to add any extra dependencies. Java itself provide. But let's say, for example, you have a requirement to read from the CSV file. So now there is no uh, Java does not by default provide these classes. So how we can add this dependency? This is uh, uh, like not in Java. So you can add these dependencies to the to your project. So these are the third party dependencies. So let's take our example, because we are going to build Selenium test ng projects. So let's see how we can add the Selenium dependencies to our project. Now, how we can add it? So there are two ways to do that. First way is like you just go to Chrome, and because we are going to implement the Selenium scripts, so that's why you have to search uh, Maven Selenium dependency, and this is the Maven repository where you have to go and search. So now you see this is the Maven repository, and here you will find out like all the different dependencies and all the versions related to the Selenium.java. So like if you want to add 4 beta 1, or if you want to add the 3.12 and all, it's mentioned. So let's add the latest one. When you open this, here you will find uh, the dependency like it's mentioned, group ID is Selenium HQ Selenium, or org Selenium HQ Selenium, and artifact ID Selenium dot hyphen. This is for the Maven. If you are building a Gradle product, then you can add uh, 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 this line to your project. We are working for a Maven, so let's copy this. It's already copied, and let's go to the Maven project, your Maven nice project. So now under this section where you see dependencies, and here you can add all your required dependency. So in this project I wanted to add Selenium HQ, and let's say I don't want JUnit 1, I want testng. So you can come here now, because we are here, and we can search for testng, and you see it's testng, and you can just go and again do the same thing. So and come over here and just paste. So after this, here you can see uh, here you can see uh, Maven, and from here also you can just click on install, which will install these dependencies. So what it will do, it will import these dependencies from the Maven repository to the to the folder .m2 folder will be there in your system. So it will download those jars from the Maven repository to your local .m2 folder. So either you can click over here or you can just go here, uh, pwd. It will be like in your root folder, and here you can use mvn install and enter. So this is now if you see that this is downloading the all the required dependencies from the Maven repository to your .m2 folder. And now you see all dependencies get downloaded. And in your class, if you see, like I have added a test ng, so I can like uh, test. So you see I can see this this test, uh, so because now I can easily import this and to our project. So if you public void test, so this will be your first uh, uh, test maybe. Now this is the one way, like you can do a search on a Chrome on Google, and then you can just do it. The other way is like uh, I'll go to the different project. The other way is like you just go to your uh, POM, and then in your POM, you just do a right click, and you see here is a generate. Uh, so you can just click on the generate, and here you see add dependency. Just click on the add dependency, and then you just search for, let's say for example I want to search for selenium uh, hyphen java. So as soon as you see the selenium.java is here, and if you click you can find out like whatever the version you want. It's you can just download from here, and you can just click on a add. So as soon as you click on add, it will get added to this. Same if you want to add a test ng. So if you see, so this is test ng, and the same, let's say add this, and let's remove this JUnit one because we're gonna build the project in. Yeah. So in this I have shown you from the command prompt. Here just use an IntelliJ. Just go to the life cycle and just click on install. So as soon as you click on the install, it will again do whatever uh, dependencies are not, because see here I have in this form I have added like 7.8. Here I added 7.7, that's why it just downloaded. Otherwise if it is present in your .m2 folder, it won't download again from the uh, 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 Maven repository. Maven repository, I mean this the origin one. So if you re-execute the install, you see it is now not downloading it from there. It's just executing it. But if it is not present on your local, so it will first download it. So, and also like when you add dependencies, so in here you also see scope. So what does this scope means? Like you have to define the scope. For example, there are different scope. So like if you want to keep this dependencies only in the test section or folder. So here you see we have a nice project. We have a main folder and we have a test folder. So here I go to a test folder, and I'm just trying to see whether I can have test or not. Let me just do this. Yeah, at the rate test. So now you see I can just easily you can see we can import this at the rate test annotation, then public void maybe a test. So here whatever you can have. As the scope is mentioned a test, you cannot import this dependency into your main folder. So let's see, maybe here we can write test. You see test is not here. However, in this we haven't uh, in this so in this however in this, let's say we remove this scope and re- let's do a rebuild of here you can just rebuild. Now as soon as you do, now if you see here scope is not defined, that's why it will be, you can able to use this dependency in your project at any location, either in the main or in the test. Generally tests are written in the test folder, so that's why we mention the scope for test ng as the test. So we just mention test. So that's all for this video. Thank you.